Okay, so Bybit has come up with a new margin calculation that will basically save you from getting liquidated. So if you're someone who gets liquidated at least 5 times a week, make sure you watch this video till the end because this might just save you a ton of money. Okay, so let's take a look at what this actually is. Now, Bybit did send me this whole slideshow of, and explaining everything, and they sent me a bunch of links. But there's a lot of maths, right? So I did go through everything, but my brain can't comprehend it. What you need to understand is that the calculation logic for the margin of your positions has changed. So previously they would use position size times average entry price. Now in the new calculation logic, they use position size times mark price. So what does that mean for you as a trader? This is all you need to know. Based on the old calculation, right, your maintenance margin, MMR, maintenance margin rate, will need to be higher. Okay, so in this example, if you enter a BTC USDT position long, right, at 94,000, 10 times leverage, okay, rate 0.5, take a fee, okay, blah, blah, blah. If the price drops to 85,000, which is about 10,000 difference, with the old calculation, you would have been liquidated. Right, you would have been liquidated because it reaches 100% MMR. But in the new logic results, in the new calculation logic, the maintenance has been reduced to 90%. So you still have extra breathing room for your position. You're not immediately liquidated. You have extra breathing room. Okay, so in the new logic results, lower initial margin and maintenance margin, which delays liquidation and improves capital efficiency during adverse market movement. So what this means is, for example, if you enter a trade here, boom, based on resistance, let's say you enter short right here, with the old logic, maybe your liquidation price would be here. So if price spiked up like this, you're out, you're dead, you're liquidated, right? Because of the old calculation logic. But in this case, because of the new formula, you have extra breathing room. So a little bit of a spike outside of your usual liquidation would still be okay, right? You can see the difference is quite significant, 10%. A 10% reduction in MMR. So this gives you extra breathing room. You won't be liquidated that easily. Right, so that's basically the gist of it. Now I want to show you guys two tools that Bybit provides to traders to improve their entry price and to also reduce liquidations, right? And that is the TWAP, okay, time weighted average price, and also the iceberg order. So I'm just gonna read to you guys what these actually are, and then we're gonna go into Bybit and actually look at these tools. Okay, so for the TWAP, what is a TWAP? So TWAP is the total order quantity you want to place via TWAP. It actually breaks up your order based on running time. How long do you want your orders to be broken up, right? And frequency, that means during this time, how often do you want the system to execute your orders? And also you can set quantity per sub order, right? So instead of entering one lump sum into the market, you can break it up based on running time, based on frequency, based on quantity, or even based on randomness. All right, so this helps you get a better entry price. Another thing is the iceberg order. So what is an iceberg order? Okay, this is where traders set the total order quantity and parameters such as split settings, order placement options, and price limit. Once the iceberg order is placed, the first sub order enters the order book. So it breaks up your large order, sends one into the order book first. As each sub order is executed, the system automatically places another until your entire iceberg order is filled. So from a big lump sum, it sends chunks of it in to the order book first. Once it's executed, it sends the next chunk, the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. So there are a few different types of order preferences for the iceberg order: chase limit, taker, chase limit offset, fixed price. So we're going to take a look at all of this. So let's get into the bybit platform. So right now we're in BTC USDT. This is the futures, the futures trading side of bybit. Now to get into these new tools, you got your limit, market, and then you see a drop down menu here. We have different types of orders. So we're looking at TWAP and iceberg. Right, so let's take a look at iceberg first. Right, so right now I'm on cross 100x, and let's say I want to open a quantity of, let's just put 50%, which is 0.114. I got about $300 in my bybit account here, and number of split orders. Let's see, can we actually split this into 100 orders? So you can see that from your order quantity, you can split it. You can choose how many orders you want or the quantity per order. So I'm going to split it into, I want to see if we can do 100 orders, right? Order preference, right? So you can choose the order preference like we looked at here. I believe chase limit would be the best. This option aims to balance execution speed and price. Buy orders are placed at bid 1 and sell orders at ask price. All right, chase limit. Price limit. So price limit, I believe you can set at which price do you want your orders to be executed. If it's too far from the limit, from this price limit, then they will not be executed. Okay, so I'm going to split this into 100 orders. Let's go and open long. Confirm. Right, open orders here. Can we actually see where the orders are? So under tools, we can see iceberg right here, and we can see that filled 0, it has not been filled yet. Okay, and after some time, you can see that it's slowly starting to execute our orders. So right now, I think it's executed 2 orders. So we've filled 0.008, and you can see it's just filled another one. So if we look at our open orders here, we've got our running position. We've got a running position right now, and let's take a look at our open orders. So you can see the next open order we have is a limit iceberg, and we want to buy at 115744. So it takes very close to the market price. The next one has been opened here, 730, and you can see it's exactly at the market price. Okay, so it pushes it up to the bid or ask 1, which is the closest to the market price you can get, and it'll keep doing that until the whole order has been filled. Okay, so I'm just going to go into tools here, and I'm just going to terminate this iceberg position. Done. You can see our position is still currently running. I'm just going to go ahead and market close that. Now let's take a look at the TWAP. So that's the iceberg order. You can see how it actually breaks your order into chunks, right? And it gets the best order based on the current market price. All right, so now let's go and look at the TWAP. So I'm going to TWAP right here. Now TWAP has a lot more options. So let's say I'm going to set the quantity to 50% here. We can set the running time. So how long do we want the system to execute our order? So let's say I want to run this TWAP for 5 minutes. Okay. At what frequency do I want to run it by? So let's say every 30 seconds, or let's say every 15 seconds, I want a new order to be placed, right? And you can see the quantity per sub order here is 0.005. So maybe if I change this, it changes the quantity per order. So I'm going to set it to 5 minutes, and every 15 seconds I want it to execute an order. So if I change this 30 seconds, again it will change the quantity per sub order. If I change this to a minute, it changes it. So I'm going to set it to every 15 seconds. You can also set random order. Okay, and you can also open this and look at your advanced settings. So order type, you want limit or market. I'm going to put limit because we want to reduce our fees. Distance to the best bid ask. I don't want a very far distance. So can I put 0% because I want the best bid ask? Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and click open long. Or please enter the price distance. Okay, I'm just going to put 1%. Okay, open long and confirm. So you can see under tools right here, our TWAP is currently running. Order type limit 1%, total 0.113, field is 0, frequency 15 seconds. So right now we have an open order right here. You can see after 15 seconds, it puts a new order into the order book. So we can take a look at this and we can see after every 15 seconds a new order should come in. So right now, let's see, will our next order come in? It has. Okay, so you can see the difference. The TWAP runs continuously, right? None of our orders have been filled yet. Yeah, but the iceberg on the other hand will fill the first order first before it puts in the next order. Right, so you can see those are the differences between the TWAP and the iceberg order. So right now we're just putting in orders every 15 seconds, right, based on the settings that we put in just now. So I'm just going to go ahead and cancel this, terminate, confirm. Our open orders are still here, right? You can go ahead and cancel all or cancel one by one. Okay, so that's basically how you use the TWAP and the iceberg order. This gives you better overall positioning, right, and reduces your slippage, right? So instead of entering with a big lump sum, you enter in smaller chunks. It reduces your slippage, gives you better entries, and of course with the new calculation logic, you also reduce your liquidation. Okay, so that's all I want to share with you guys. If you guys want to open a bybit account, all the links are below. That's all from me for this video. If you enjoyed it, if you learned something new, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys in the next video.